Et on reprend le record. Pour des quêtes secondaires bien sûr. Et ça c'est merveilleux. Ah, lui va me dire qu'il y en a 1 million de dispo. Ah, la scène avec Shiva c'était trop bien. Comme quoi se faire péter la gueule par Odin ça a des positifs, ça a du positif. Auguste. Ok. Nectar, très bien. Alors raconte-moi un peu l'histoire, qu'est-ce qui se passe? Qu'est-ce qui se passe ma chère Viviane? Ok, absorbe les pouvoirs de Shiva, c'est ça. Lui il me pète la gueule, combat de primordiaux, ennemis, ok, il se passe rien de spécial. Et ici? Le bateau qui se part, c'est quoi ça? Code de trucs, très bien. Le Talalan. Très bien. Rien d'important. Bon, parlons déjà à Auguste qui est juste là.
Heard the bad news then, did you?
What bad news?
About Dravost. Blackthorn's old haunt.
Ouais.
Anyway, the mines just down the road from there are spewing out ether like no one's business.
And the village?
Safe from the flood for now, but they've got other problems. Akashic.
Ok, il y a des hérétiques. Très bien, j'ai compris, il y a des hérétiques, c'est bon. C'est bon, il y a des hérétiques, j'ai compris. C'est vrai que les quêtes secondaires dans le jeu, elles montent vite à la tête. Hein. Je sais pas si elles montent vite à la tête ou j'ai vraiment envie de très vite en finir. Et d'avancer en fait. Pas d'en finir mais d'avancer. Pas la même chose.
How was she? With Canva in the hands of Akashic.
Ok, il va me demander un petit service. Qu'est-ce qui se passe?
We still got plenty of that left. I'm working on bringing another one of the chief's designs to life. It's got a reverberatory hood over the top for additional thermal amplification. And a system of reciprocal recirculatory regenerators that, let's just say, it gets very blimmin' hot. Mithril engines get
Un four vachement chaud quoi.
You can't chuck ore in one of them and get metal out the other. Trouble is, we won't be able to make out of any old rubbish neither. Here, you once helped Helena get her hand.
Il faut des cailloux quoi pour faire un fourneau. Il faut quoi?
We've got a couple of examples here.
Ah.
Echoes, we call them.
Que les artefacts des mines là.
This smelter is similar to the mithril engine in more ways than one.
That's right. They're a bit like, and what's more, we've collected.
Très bien, j'ai compris mec. Je vais aller taper des guettes. Je vais taper les guettes du futur. Oh les 1 million de quêtes. Oh les 1 million de quêtes. M'en voulez pas si je skippe un peu les dialogues. Hein. On en est là. Hein. Surtout quand les quêtes c'est j'aimerais faire un four, ramène-moi des cailloux. Ça va, 30 ans de jeux vidéo, jamais vu ça quoi. D'ailleurs c'est quoi le truc qu'ils ont mis là? Ça c'est les levels. Et pourquoi ils le mettent lui alors qu'on peut pas le battre quoi? What the fuck? Peut-être ça se trigger au nombre de par rapport aux dégâts. Verglaçante. Toujours pas faire ça. Donc pagne crasseux et langue d'archéosaure. J'ai rien à acheter ici. Ah mais je pouvais lui parler aussi. De ce que j'ai entendu, le navire de Mid a repris la mer, a réussi à prendre la mer. Je suis bien content que le dispositif d'évacuation de la chaleur qu'on a fabriqué tous ensemble ait l'air de bien fonctionner correctement. J'étais sur le cul quand Mid a déboulé avec son idée farfelue. C'est vraiment impressionnant qu'un système aussi délicat et audacieux arrive à tourner. Je peux la remercier grâce à elle, j'ai eu l'occasion d'explorer de nouvelles possibilités dans mon travail. Ok. Mais s'il te plaît arrête de chialer par contre. Oh là, forgeron... Forgeron fiotte là. Ah c'était mignon les that. And I mean that. J'ai mon écuyer qui garde ma porte depuis le début du jeu, je lui ai jamais donné de quête. Éviter de le surmenage. Sid, merci de nous avoir aidé à trouver les ingrédients. Pourquoi elle m'appelle Sid? Taria, ça va. Merci de nous aider à trouver les ingrédients dont nous avons besoin pour nos remèdes. Je suis heureuse que cela ait permis à mon maître d'être libéré de ses souffrances. Cela m'attriste évidemment, mais les soignants sont eux aussi impuissants face à certaines situations. Nous ne pouvons pas sauver tout le monde et quand l'heure de certains patients a sonné, il n'y a rien que nous puissions faire. Les vies des habitants du repère ainsi que la tienne sont précieuses. Il est impératif que nous prenions soin de nous. Je compte évidemment faire mon possible en tant que médecin pour que tout le monde se porte au mieux. Mais je reste consciente que cela vaut également pour moi. Quoi qu'il en soit, peu importe ce qu'il peut se passer lors de tes sorties, reviens-nous, nous t'attendons au repère, Tareya. Notre capitaine n'a pas l'air bien. Sid, Doris, notre capitaine, a l'air préoccupé ces derniers temps. Oh mais c'est lui. Oh mais j'ai pas envie de le lire lui. Elle est pensive, elle mène son loin dans l'initiation. Ouais, j'arrive, je vais aider. On n'oublie pas que ce personnage n'est pas important. C'est mon seul but. Mais attends, il fallait pas que j'accepte. Si voilà comme ça.
There's no way of knowing.
On va voir la daronne. Plus de batterie. La batterie dans celle-là? Je sais pas. Ah ouais. Vas-y, je mets celle-ci à charger alors. Même pas, je les ai mis à charger. Ça a de le faire. Oh, elle est toute fraîche la manette. C'est moi qui ai les mains toutes moites. Aller à la timonerie du repère. D'accord. Ne plus jeter la pierre. Est-ce qu'on va voir si le frangin va bien? Avant de partir. Ce serait quand même pas mal, non?
Where are you?
Can I help you, Sid?
I'm looking for Doris. Is she here?
I'm afraid not. She's at Martha's Rest on a job.
Ah mais merde, c'est pas les bons persos dont je parle.
When she heard what the mission was, she insisted on going herself. Alone.
J'ai confondu ou je rêve?
She. What was the mission?
Following up on some new information. Once they'd settled in, the bearers you helped liberate in the Dragon's Eyrie were keen to talk about their imprisonment. And about their captor.
The slaver Cole's team were tracking when they were attacked by the beastmen. I'll go and find her. She's at Martha's Rest, you say?
If she's not moved on already, yes. I hope everything's all right.
Why would Doris insist on going alone? Maybe Cole was right to be worried.
On a pas de chasse du coup pour crafter les objets là. Dommage. Tu voulais dire quoi? Raconter un peu ses aventures de guerrier. J'ai jamais parlé de mon voyage au sud de Gris-le-Vent. C'est ça pour les régions et la région complètement dévastée par le fléau noir, mais ça n'a pas l'air de les gêner. Comme nous, ils ont trouvé un secret pour vivre sans cristal mer dans les terres mortes. Comme nous, pas vraiment. Leur technique de survie réside dans le cannibalisme, ce qu'on évite de faire au repère. Au final, je ne sais pas trop ce que Molly met dans son ragoût. Tu sais toi, Couper? J'espère que... Ouais, moi aussi, j'espère que... J'ai sauvegardé juste au cas où les quêtes disparaissent, ça m'étonnerait. J'ai bien compris que... Faut quand même bien avancer pour que les quêtes disparaissent. Mais vu qu'ils disent que les quêtes peuvent disparaître, je préfère sauvegarder.
How are you feeling, Joshua?
Tout le monde est à l'infirmerie.
But not nearly as well as you should be. Your cuts and burns may have healed, but your body still bears the burden of every spell cast.
And what would you have had me do? It was no ordinary foe we faced. It was the Warden of Darkness. Yet still, it was not enough. The king could have ended me at any moment, but instead chose to toy with me like a curl does a mouse.
Moi aussi, t'inquiète.
You underestimate yourself.
Oh, it was crystal clear. Only one man established his dominance that day, and that man was Barnabas. I'm sorry, brother. That was ill-spoken. It's just... I have never felt so powerless. And when so many are looking to us for strength, perhaps... perhaps the prince feels the same.
C'est vrai que Dion, on l'a laissé dans sa tourmente avec Medicine Girl. Environ du dominion du cristal. Bah justement. Quelque part dans le quartier défavorisé. Oh.
What is this place?
Don't move. Here, it's fresh from the well. Grandmother told me spirits sometimes get lost, and that the lanterns guide them to their proper place. I set one on the river for her when she passed away.
The fiend works from the shadows. Was it you who guided my hand, then ultimately? No, not you. This is my doing, my fault, my sin to bear. And for it, I must atone.
Your hurts are healing nicely. It was my poultices that saw you well.
You make them?
And sell them, or try to. Earns me enough for bread, most days.
Forgive me. I have nothing to...
I know, but I couldn't just leave you lying there. You're going then?
Of course. I'm healed. Thanks to you and your poultices.
Will you promise to come back and visit?
Oh. Jill est une monstre de pas lui avoir acheté des médicaments.
Well, Phoenix, it would seem that I owe you my wings. Perhaps he can find an answer. You will be returning to Waloed soon, I gather.
I see no reason to wait.
Then neither do I.
I can think of a few, but I doubt they'll stop you. You will take your medicine.
Of course, Lady Daya.
Set on leaving already, are you?
How long will it take us to get back to Ash?
Dunno, about the same amount of time it took us to get here. Maybe less, if your uncle can find someone trustworthy to patch up the Enterprise. All depends on where we're putting into port, mind.
Yes. It's not as if we can put ashore wherever we choose. We have to assume that the whole of Ash is hostile, and that we'll be attacked on sight.
Then we must find a place they won't think to look. And I have an idea who might know of one.
The Professor! I'll go and tell you coming!
While you're plotting our course, I'll be in the shelves with your lawsman. I wish to pick his brains about Ultima.
Then I'll talk to Karen about supplies for the journey. They may not be easy to come by in Ash.
Your brother's body won't take much more of this recklessness. You know that, don't you?
I do.
Yep. But that won't change a shit. Ok. Parler à Viviane. Bah ça attendra du coup. On va faire toutes les quêtes. J'ai des lettres à lire. Peut-être enfin la lettre du prince.
The stew's awfully thin.
La destruction des cristaux mers arrive à son terme avec Eshindrak à Waloed. Je sais très bien que quoi que je dis, je l'en ferai qu'à ta tête. C'est pour cela que je me contente de te dire par écrit, reviens-nous vivant. Otto, t'as mis casse les couilles, on envoie une lettre alors qu'il est littéralement à côté de moi 90% du temps. Bref, on va rien lui dire. Hein. Les milliards de quêtes. Alors moi j'aime bien tous les prendre d'un coup, mais est-ce qu'elles apparaîtront quand même sur la map? Je sais pas. Mais on va faire zone par zone je pense. Hein. Même s'il faudra revenir peut-être de temps en temps.
Dory should be somewhere nearby. Assuming she's still here.
Martha, dis-nous tout. Où est Doris? Non, ça c'est une autre quête, j'ai rien compris.
Ah, Clive, I was just about to send for
Mais c'est pas grave, dis-nous quand même.
I'd like you to take something to Sir Wade up in Eastpool. Seeds for planting. Thought it was about time they started growing their own food. I'll keep providing them with whatever they need in the meantime, of course. But if Eastpool's going to survive, it's got to be able to fend for itself.
D'accord.
As of those poor bearers. They've lived their whole lives in servitude, but now they're their own masters.
J'aurais pu planter des trucs en parallèle à la reconstruction du village, mais bon.
So it's up to us to teach them. And if you're wondering why you, well, the Wagoneers taking supplies up that way have been coming back with more and more reports of Akashic around the village of late. Sir Wade's putting a brave face on it, but I think even he's starting to worry. And if he's likely to share those concerns with anyone, it's you.
D'accord.
All right.
Des graines et des hérétiques. Un combo assez spécial, mais bon.
There. That should be enough to keep him in Gazal Greens for a few years at least.
Mais c'est pour les chocobos, ça.
Not the most mouth-watering crop, I'll admit. But they're hardy, they grow fast,
Ok, d'accord.
and they fill a hole. Better that than something that'll wither away at first frost.
Je comprends.
And chocobos love them too, which is no small thing. When I say all of us need to pull together to get Eastpool back on its
Je savais
feet,
pas que les
I
humains
mean
ça
all
mangeait
of us.
des...
They ain't exactly succulent,
Après je vois pas
but
pourquoi pas, hein.
alright, and
Des
they're
légumes.
just about bearable.
I'll take your word for it.
Anyway, Sir Wade'll know what to do with them. And if he don't, well, I'll go up there and show him myself.
I'm sure.
Vraiment une femme intestable cette Martha. Alors qui est caché ici? Qu'est-ce que tu vends toi?
What are you after?
Ta gueule, parle bien. Bidon de glace, Shiva.
Fare thee well.
Just because the heavens have gone to wreck it don't.
Où est-ce qu'elle est? Je dois être là-bas dans la ruelle, vu le délire du jeu.
It doesn't still hurt, does it?
Voilà.
It's been a pleasure, Doris. Just like old times.
I'll give your offer some thought, my lady.
My lady.
How goes the investigation?
Sid, what brings you to Martha's Rest?
Je sais pas, je me balade.
I heard you were out here on your own, tracking our slaver. I trust you're being careful.
Of course. And it had to be me. The bearers from the Dragon's Eyrie confirmed a long-held suspicion of mine that the slaver we've been tracking is an old acquaintance. She's no fool. If we'd come in force, she would have spotted us straight away, and then vanished without a trace.
That was her just now, wasn't it? So, was it a fruitful reunion?
I'd say so. She tried to recruit me. Seems her time in Rosaria is coming to an end. She's abducted bearers from across the region and is looking to smuggle them back into Sambrek. After her brush with those beastmen on the road to Northreach, she hired herself an Imperial escort, which she wants me to join. She's dangerous, Sid, but I think I can stop her.
Then I'm going with you. I'll take care of the escort. You can see the bearers to safety.
Yep.
Where are they?
J'aime bien taper les vieux.
Soon to break
Les
camp.
vieilles plutôt.
You go on ahead. I'll follow
Bon.
once I've sent word back to the hideaway.
Mon câble full mélangé là. Vraiment horrible hein, ces câbles. Très bien. On va péter la gueule à des impériaux esclavagistes, ça me paraît correct. Le caca de l'Est. On va leur donner des graines. Ça devrait le faire le taf. Ah, il y aura des ennemis. Mais pas dans le village quand même. Sur la route, il y en avait peut-être. Oh, Wade m'en parlera, j'imagine.
Ah, what brings you to Eastpool?
A delivery from
Les
Martha.
graines. Tiens. Alors dis-nous tout. Qu'en est-il de ces hérétiques sur la route? Ouais, c'est de la merde, mais ça tient le coup.
Martha's keen to cut the apron strings then, is she? I jest, of course. You see, I had thought we might be able to revive the old wheat fields, but they'd long since gone to seed.
Martha was hoping you might be able to show the bearers how to plant and tend these, so that they'll be able to fend for themselves.
That's not a bad idea. These bearers had only recently escaped their bonds before we brought them here.
Très bien.
They know little of freedom. Unless we teach them how to live like free men, I fear that all we have achieved in bringing them here is to exchange one master for another.
Ah oui.
Not that myself and the Guardians have been the best example to them so far. It's about time we all started to provide for ourselves.
Bah oui. Tuto être humain.
Unfortunately, we've been a little too busy of late to focus on much besides bolstering our defenses.
The horde is...
C'est bon, je vais leur péter la gueule. T'inquiète.
The horde.
Les hérétiques?
We don't have the...
Ouais, t'inquiète mec, j'y vais. Pendant d'en parler 1000 ans, j'y vais et tu les aides. Allez. Toujours pareil. Ah?
My friends, I humbly beg your aid. We Guardians are few and our enemies many. But I swear we can defeat them with you at our
Oh!
side.
Tu vas demander aux gens d'utiliser leur pouvoir et de combattre.
You would send us to the slaughter.
Hein?
To serve as bait
for those fiends so that you and your men might be spared. And to think we trusted you.
Oh là là.
Say what you will. A home is not worth dying for.
But it is worth fighting for.
Ils sont trop cons. Y'a pas moyen d'avancer et de leur mettre des gifles qui se réveillent.
Chance. Just like I do. Just like Sid does. We all wanted to give you a home where you could be free.
Et vous préférez être des merdes.
Didn't you? This place, Eastpool. This is your village. Your home. And if you don't fight to protect what's yours, you'll lose it.
Vous voulez même pas être les maîtres de caca de l'Est?
No, I'm right. This world wants to take everything from you. Everything. Your homes, your freedom, your very lives. So then, are you going to stand by and let that happen to you? Are you going to accept fate like good little Bran did and die, having never stood up for yourselves? Or will you fight like free men and women?
Oh God! Move!
All right. Give me a sword. I never dreamt I'd have a home of my own. And now that I have, I don't want to lose it. I will protect what's mine.
Tell them.
Die trying.
We all will. Free men and women, fighting together.
Personnellement, je leur ferai retirer cette putain de marque. Pour les réveiller un peu. Je te crame le visage.
Thank you, Martha.
Que tu redeviennes un homme.
Just promise me one thing. That you'll show them how freeborn fight.
Et vivre avec cette marque.
Gladly.
Je trouve que c'est vraiment pas bon de garder ça. Faut la faire à la One Piece.
Well, if it was numbers you were lacking, you certainly won't be now.
Thanks to you.
Me? Oh, I just love the sound of my own voice.
Lord Rossfield, my lady.
Je n'ai pas à dire que Martha c'est la meilleure.
So what's the plan of action?
We'll divide our forces into several small detachments. Upon
Ok.
engaging with the Akashic.
Ok. Je peux tuer tout le monde du coup? Allez, c'est bon. Génial.
Then you know what you must do. We work together, each shielding for Rosaria. For Rosaria! We've no time to argue, my lord. I'll do as you ask.
C'est vrai, on n'a pas le temps.
Suppose we'd better do our bit too then, eh?
Right you are, Martha.
Alright, you are in it. Tout ce que je sais dire moi, in it.
The calm before the storm. And here it comes.
Ok, même pas des humains. Ah ouais, on voit.
Let this village fall. It's so.
Mais ça va pas la tête? Putain, j'ai raté. Oh là là. Where the fuck do they come from? What the fuck? J'étais dans le rouge 100% mec. Nice. Ok, j'aime bien le pouvoir de glace. Mais ouais. Pas forcément le dash. Il est pas très long en fait. Il est sympa quand même.
An Akashic curl's been sighted on Rhiannon's ride and is headed in their direction.
Well, the better half of her guard is here. So wait, how many Akashic remain in East Pool?
Hard to say. My men are still facing some resistance, but I think the worst is behind us. I could order a detachment or two to fall back and...
No. Let them finish the job. You stay here too, Sir Wade. Your men need you. I'll go after the Curl. Join me only when East Pool is won.
If you're sure, my lord. May the Founder protect you.
Un curl, c'est la routine ça. Et je vois où il est, non, ça va le faire.
Next one's mine. I might... The Curl was sighted on Rhiannon's ride back towards Mars.
No use calling Ambrosia now. Let's go.
Yeah!
Salut mec. Salut mec. Salut mec. Salut mec. Salut mec. Where the fuck is he? Ah d'accord. Ah mais il est hérétique, c'est vrai ça, j'ai pas l'habitude des cœurs hérétiques. Oh déjà? Oh putain ça revient tellement vite. Comment j'ai fait 0 dégâts, what the fuck? J'avais pas remarqué que je faisais autant de dégâts en fait. Je fais peu de dégâts sur le stun mais... Je trop de level là pour l'histoire principale. À faire tout ce qui existe dans le jeu... avec l'accessoire d'XP, c'est vrai que ça se remarque.
Back to Eastpool.
Après c'est des bêtes quêtes.
Lord Rossfield, the Curl, is it?
It's dead.
Thank the Founder for that. And for you, my lord. We were able to eradicate the rest of the Horde. I have guardians posted around the village to keep watch for further attacks, but all seems quiet for now. I hesitate to say it, but I think it might be over.
I think it might.
Ah ouais?
We say...
C'est bon, c'est gagné. Allez les enfants.
No, Sir Wade. It's us who should be thanking you.
Mais
You
oui.
brought us together. Showed us what it means to fight for what you hold dear.
Bravo à
We
tous.
never had nothing to call our own before, but now we do.
Forgive us, Sir Wade, but there's no doubt in my mind anymore. We're free men now, so we have to start acting like it. We have to fight to protect what's ours.
And we shall. This is our home. And if anyone or anything tries to take it away,
they'll have us to answer to.
Come on then. Let's get to work.
Allez.
This village isn't gonna rebuild itself.
Et n'oubliez pas, planter des choux dégueulasses pour Chocobo. Car on est pauvre. Ah, c'est surtout qu'il n'y a rien qui pousse. Déjà s'il changeait de vêtements, qui commence à être, voilà, tu vois, différent. Là il ressemble quand même vachement à des esclaves. Ouais ouais. Oh Martha.
But you should be proud all the same. I'll have to pull my weight too. Can't have the rest getting outclassed. Speaking of which, I ought to be getting back.
Can we continue to count on your support, Martha?
Of course, and I'd be counting on yours too. Us Rosarians have got to stick together, haven't we?
Indeed we have.
And Clive, come by the Golden Stables when you get the chance. I ain't paid you for delivering them seeds yet.
All right. I will.
Lord Rossfield, do you remember our very first mission together? Clearing the goblins from the Stillwind marshes?
Je me rappelle.
How could I forget?
There's one sight that I shall never forget. You, facing off against that giant Morble. Not a trace of fear on your face. Since that day, there have been more than a few times when I felt like giving up. When the odds seemed so stacked in the enemy's favor, I thought I may as well just lay down my sword and surrender. But every time, I would think back to the look in your eyes that day and remember what it means to be a shield. Know that whatever trials Eastpool may face, I shall never lose courage. Thanks to you.
So Wade, you have always been a true shield.
My man. Wade, my man.
I know that Eastpool, and indeed all of Rosaria, will be safe in your hands.
Thank you, my lord. I know that...
Ah merde. Je vais pas skip ce dialogue. Mais pas mal. Pas mal l'humour. On va récupérer l'argent, j'imagine. Martha qui est contente. Tout se passe bien, tout est bien qui finit bien. Le jeu est encore tellement long. Pourtant je pense que j'ai au moins 50 heures. Hein. Et 50 heures de stream. C'est pas pareil.
It's lucky you came by when you did, eh? Not only did my seeds get
Eh, hein.
but you went and saved Eastpool and all.
C'est toi qui as sauvé tout en vrai.
And it's only right that you
Nous on n'a rien fait, on n'a pas lâché un mot.
Take it before I change my mind.
Mais elle les a vraiment boostés.
Well, it was your
I know that, but I never stopped to think what it would mean. Though I suppose the rest ain't much different nowadays. You know, bearers living free like that reminds me of when I first met Sid. Loath as I am to recall that particular day.
I take it you didn't always see eye to eye. What?
Well, if you really want to know, I started doing what I do long before I met Sid. In fact, that's how I met him. Or at least how he came to meet me.
T'es la meilleure du coup. Elle a même pas eu besoin de
He showed up at the
Sid.
stables one day, asking questions about who'd been buying up bearers. Founder knows what he thought I was doing with them. Running a hunt, poking around in their innards. Something awful anyway. Me, I thought he was a new constable. Thought the game was up. But somehow we both managed to work out what each other was about. And before I knew it, the cheeky arse was rattling on at me about how I was doing it all wrong. After all my hard work. Told me I was giving them relief but not freedom. That my bearers were still dying as slaves. Got right under my skin it did. Told him if he didn't like it, he could bugger off and report me to the garrison. And you know what he did? He smiled. And then he laughed. And then I did the same. We made a pact that day, that whenever one of us was in need, the other would always be there for him.
And you were?
Well, we both wanted the same thing, to make life better for bearers. Just like your dad. Do you know I was born right around the time Elwyn became Archduke? Growing up, I saw how he tried to change things. He certainly didn't lack for ambition, that one.
Indeed. But the loftier one's ambitions, the harder they are to achieve. Which is why those of us who follow in their footsteps need to finish what people like Sid and my father started.
Suppose you're right, aye. And if we don't manage it, there's always them who come after us. Good thing we've got a few half-decent sorts waiting in the wings, eh? It's almost enough to give you a little bit of hope.
J'en veux
Just a
plus.
little.
Anyway, enough nattering. Better get back to work. Let's see about making everyone some dinner, shall we? The least the folks who saved Eastpool deserve is a hot meal.
That sounds like a wonderful idea.
Si, Martha, si. C'est cool. Petite histoire de comment elle a rencontré Sid. Mais ouais. Sid nous manque. Ça c'est l'auberge, l'enseigne de l'auberge de Martha. Encore un bazar à poser chez moi. Bon. On en est où? Ok. I see. Péter la gueule à des akashiques, plus je sais pas ce qui se passe là-bas à gauche. Quête 1. Quelle est la quête 1? Se rendre au viaduc de Val. Ambrosia Now. Très bien. Oh là là. Quoi? En fait, je vais tellement vite pour le jeu qu'il se rend même pas compte que je suis enfoncé sur la touche. Non, c'est ça, hein. Bon, littéralement, c'est ça, hein. Je vais tellement vite, parce que là, je suis resté enfoncé, ça est dans le rouge, et puis il a mis un hit au lieu de faire le multi-coup. Ah. Ça vend des esclaves.
Good. They haven't broken camp yet. How did Doris come to know a slaver, I wonder?
We've waited long enough. She's not coming. Ready the bearers. We're leaving.
Back to civilization, is it, Mom?
With all haste, lest any of you lackwits start talking like these feckless bumpkins. I presume your men are ready. We've suffered too many delays as it is. Any more and I'll be docking your pay.
Yes, Mom.
Oh, but before you go, it appears we have company. Kill him.
Je suis toujours super discret.
You're welcome to try.
Oh là là, mais qu'est-ce qu'ils font chier. Oh vas-y. Putain, de faire ça, bordel. Faites plus d'AOE. Trop de touches à Charlie qui servent que quand tu fais des combats contre des gros mobs. Alors c'est cool de vendre des humains? Madame.
You'll forgive me for not avenging my men. I'm not the swordswoman I used to be.
Oh.
I surrender. Do with me as you wish, Sid the Outlaw.
Sid.
Ah, Doris. I take it you're not here to rescue me from our brooding renegade? You know, I always wondered where you'd vanished to. But casting your lot with this criminal of all people.
Better fighting for a cause than killing for coin. I'm sorry, Sid. I should have told you sooner.
C'est ta maman.
This woman, my former master, once
Ah mais non,
trained
je suis
her
bête.
children to be weapons in service of the highest bidder. She raised me
C'est
like a
vrai.
daughter, and I did terrible things to earn her favor.
It wasn't all terrible. Surely. We had our fun, too. You were always so eager to learn, and had such clever hands. All my other children took either to the blade or to the books. Always either or. But you proved yourself a master of both. That's why I kept you for my own. How about it, my little dagger? Care to swear that blade to me again?
I never swore my blade to you, nor will I ever. I fight for a higher cause, to liberate the bearers of this world. Farewell, Master. Thank you for making me the weapon I am.
You always were a righteous child. Perhaps that's the reason I loved you so.
Les gens ils se barrent comme ça. On l'attache pas à un bloc de ciment et puis on la jette dans la rivière.
I am not the killer she wanted me to be. Not anymore. And she no longer has friends in high places. The Dame does, though. Her connections at the Imperial Court will see that justice is done.
All right. If you're certain.
I am. And thank you for everything. Now, I better let these bearers know that they're safe.
Ah, encore des esclaves à reprogrammer mentalement pour leur rappeler que c'est des êtres humains. Alors que si on leur brûlait le visage, ça aiderait.
I should head back to the hideaway and put coals.
Pas vraiment. On va d'abord aller tuer des guettes. Oh non, me dis pas que c'est épée. Non, non. Si, si, non, non. Fuck! Oh, God.
Welcome back, Sid. Doris's message.
Fuck you, man. Jamais prévu de partir. Je déteste quand ils font ça. T'as vu, c'est un bon jeu, ils font pas ça. Quel dommage. Je dois marcher. Oh. Oh. Why is it je like this? T'as le nom. Oui, il est temps d'y aller. On va s'amuser comme ça. Qu'est-ce que je peux mettre de différent pour tester? On va tester les satellites. Bah, mute.
Ready, go?
The whole village is turned. No need to ride from here.
Oh là là. Ah, c'est intéressant. C'est intéressant qu'ils attaquent que quand tu fais des auto-attaques et pas quand tu fais le reste. Y'a quoi d'autre comme pouvoir marrant que je peux essayer? Action de glace, c'était quoi? Ah mais ça c'est le slash, c'est le truc que j'avais déjà mis. Oui. Ça du coup ça peut m'aider à briser la garde facilement sans utiliser mes pouvoirs quoi.
Let's go.
Prends juste l'objet. Oh ouais, on voit. C'est toi? Ah, c'est plutôt lui. Pourquoi ils attaquent pas? crois que j'ai mal lu. Et qu'ils attaquent que quand je fais des attaques magiques. Genre avec triangle. Ça faisait longtemps que j'avais pas fait si peu de dégâts. Hein. Après, effectivement, ça brise bien la barre jaune, quoi. Effectivement, ça brise bien la barre jaune. Lorsqu'il utilise tir magique. C'est vrai que c'est pas mal. Mais c'est quand même de la merde. Souffle de brasier, j'en parle même pas. C'est sympa, mais c'est... pas mon délire. Et Pulsar, ça a l'air chiant. De stimulation sur la répétition. C'est vrai que la sphère qu'on peut déposer au milieu de la route, ça peut être marrant. Là c'est vraiment médiocre quoi, 2-2-2-2 à chaque fois. Il nous faut Odin visiblement, sans Odin ça donne pas envie. Hein. Ça va être du Garuda Titan Odin je pense. Hein. Ça me paraît logique. Ok, où sont les autres quêtes? Elle est là. On arrête le progrès. On peut aller voir la dame. Du coup il faut il faut des hérétiques dans chaque endroit. Je crois que c'est encore des hérétiques ça. Je vais faire une vidéo qui... Elle fait déjà une heure mais je vais faire qu'une grosse vidéo de quête secondaire. La prochaine fois on va continuer l'histoire du coup. Il y en a encore plein à faire. J'ai pas envie de faire 2 VOD pour ça. Alors, Isabella. Dis-nous tout. Ou Elisabeth, je sais même plus.
Oh, Clive. What am I to do? My wards and I may soon be without a home.
What's happened?
The High Cardinal has descended from his lofty throne and taken up residence here in Northreach.
The High Cardinal?
Leader of the Council of Elders, second only to his Radiance at the head of the Imperial government. Not that any of those things still exist. Now he goes by his noble title, the Duke of Oriflamme.
And what does he want with Northreach?
He wants to transform it into a military stronghold, a foundation upon which to build a new Sambrek. He's already secured the support of the various army remnants, with promises that they shall be afforded the respect they deserve in his empire. One built on the confiscated property of the people.
He would rob the populace to pay for it.
Believe me, I have used every means of persuasion to discourage him from this folly. But for whatever reason, he will not listen to me.
What does Captain Philippe make of this? When the town was under attack, it was him the soldiers rallied around. Couldn't he use that influence again?
How? By speaking out against one of the most powerful men in Sambrek. A man whose stated aim is to revive the empire Philippe's comrades swore to serve, and to improve the soldiers' lot within it. The captain can offer them a regular supply of gruel, and an occasional trip to the Vale to help them forget the terrors they face each day. The Duke offers them a vision of strength, and safety.
Je commence à comprendre.
Any attempt to incite mutiny would cost Philippe the support of his men, if it did not cost him his life. But given the mood around town, mutiny may yet be unavoidable. The people have little appetite for further deprivation, least of all when it serves only to elevate others.
Who could blame them?
Clive, would you appeal to the Duke on my behalf? For your services to Northreach, you have the respect of the soldiers, and they will take you to His Eminence if you ask them. And unlike Philippe, no bonds of loyalty prevent you from speaking your mind to the man. Well?
Je peux pas juste le tuer? Je peux lui parler quoi? Bon, une conversation MDR. What the fuck mec? What the fuck discuter mec?
I'll see what I can do.
Thank you, Clive.
Tell me then, where will I find this Duke of Oriflamme? In the garrison?
Overseeing the troops, yes.
All right. Wish me luck.
Let's see, man. Chapitre 1er. Oh, les quêtes de l'infini.
I may have met this Duke before, at the Remembrance Ceremony. Let's hope I didn't make a strong impression.
It's not only control of the garrison we want. We already have a leader in the Dane.
Halt! Oh, sorry about that. You're the dame's man, aren't you? You got some business with the captain?
No, actually. With the Duke. I was hoping I might be able to speak with him.
We're under orders not to let any civilians pass. But you should be all right. His Eminence has heard all about you and your heroics. Wait here. I'll go and ask.
Ça va, tous ces sauvages se rappellent au moins que je leur ai sauvé la peau.
So, you are the sellsword who lent his aid to the garrison. The Empire owes you a debt, and I shall see it repaid. But tell me, is it wealth that you seek, or favor?
Neither, Your Eminence. I thought only to inquire about your plan to turn Northreach into a stronghold.
Ah, I see. You are worried the expanded garrison will render your services redundant. Yet you needn't be. A proud fighting man like yourself shall always have a place here. Pride of place, in fact. For too long has the contribution of the noble soldier been under-reckoned. But no more. For it is they who shall see the Holy Empire rebuilt, beginning right here in Northreach.
Why here, Your Eminence?
The town has been fortunate enough to escape largely unscathed from the recent troubles. Her defenses are sound, and her garrison well prepared. Which is more than can be said for Oriflamme or Twinside. The Empire wants for a capital, and I believe Northreach to be the perfect place.
C'est littéralement...
Morvant as her citadel. Once we have seen to the refortification of both the town and the castle, we need only build a wall around both to create a city that would be the envy of the twins. Plans are already underway for the construction. Soon enough, these thralls shall learn that they are no match for the might of Sanbreque.
I fear you underestimate how dangerous these creatures are, Your Eminence. Should they return in force, you will need all the people of Northreach to come together in defense of the town. Something they may be loath to do if they've been deprived of their worldly goods.
The people will do as their leaders command. If Sanbreque is to be rebuilt, she will require a functioning government. One whose authority is beyond question. That is why this levy is necessary. So that any man who wishes to join the army might do so and be fed, outfitted, and paid as befits a defender of the Empire. And yet there are those who persist in peddling the treasonous lie that I seek to steal from the people and drive them from their homes.
I suspect they're afraid of losing what little they have left.
Precisely. The common folk have little and less, and you mean to deprive them of even that. You would sow the seeds of your new empire in your own salted earth.
Sabine, we have discussed this.
Yes,
Sabine.
And I told you then how putting the empire before her citizens would lead only to revolt.
Without an empire, there are no citizens.
And in yours, there will be only beggars. Is that what Griga wills for her people?
Do not take her name in vain, Sabine.
I'll come back later.
Maybe.
A citizens' revolt. I wonder what the people really think of the Duke's plan. It wouldn't hurt to ask them, I suppose. Let's begin with those on the other side of the wall.
Très bien. Je vois ce qu'il veut faire, hein, mais... Ouais, je vois ce qu'il veut faire, mais bof, hein.
Do you think he was the only one who survived?
Bof, bof, bof. En vrai, Oriflamme, y a pas eu de dégâts, hein. Donc je vois pas pourquoi il fait chier, hein. Oriflamme, le caillou a juste disparu, mais... On n'a rien fait, hein.
A question, if you don't mind. What do you think of...
Don't get me started. You build a life for yourself somewhere, only for some noble to turn up and tell you you've got to hand it all over to him. If he thinks his name and his chains give him the right to empty our purse, we'll do whatever it takes. Whatever it takes.
Ouais. Révolte, hein. On va tout péter du coup. Je vois déjà le premier à qui j'ai parlé, il a l'air énervé. Moi ça me suffit, hein. On sera 2. 3 avec Elisabeth là. Oh, c'est bon, je suis chaud, on pète tout.
Sell anything today?
I've been hearing a lot of talk about a certain duke.
Nothing good, I'll wager. Going around acting like he owns the place, and with hardly a word to the dame. This is her town, not his.
I take it you'd rather she was in charge.
As far as I'm concerned, she still is. Just need his eminence to sod off back to Oriflamme.
Ouais, le peuple s'en bat les steaks. Hein? Ah putain, c'est le reflet de ce ciel mauve sur le poteau.
Right there. What is it you're after, sir?
Just your opinion, actually. I wondered what you thought.
Not much. None of us traders do. It's thanks to nobles like him that we had to set up shop this side of the wall in the first place. Couldn't have the rabble getting any closer to the holy capital, could they? Now he's trying to drive us out completely, threatening to take everything we got from us if we don't. If the dame said she wanted him run out of town, I'd be straight through that checkpoint, tar bucket in hand.
Ok, tout le monde est prêt à lui péter la gueule.
Seem united enough. What about the soldiers?
Les soldats, ils ont même pas les couilles de dire ce qu'ils pensent. Quoique... Il a l'air vraiment useless le vieux quand même.
You're the one who was talking to His Eminence.
On the dame's behalf, yes. I was trying to persuade him not to take the people's goodwill for granted, but it seems my words fell on deaf ears. What do you think of his plans?
I'm a soldier, mate. He tells me what to do, not the other way round. Listen, I've got nothing but respect for the dame, but I've got a family to look after. That's where my loyalty
Oh, cette
lie,
pensée
not with
de
the town or
lâche.
the empire. If the
Me parle même pas.
Sabine, you are embarrassing me.
Je comprends, hein, mais ça ne change pas.
I hear the Duke of
Ah,
Oriflamme plans to
des fois,
turn
être
this town
lâche, c'est la
into
bonne
some sort of
solution. Hein.
fortress.
Je dis pas, hein,
Do you think
quand
that's a
même.
good idea?
J'avais pas besoin d'entendre ça aujourd'hui.
All I know is that unless the Emperor orders me otherwise, His Eminence's word is law. Look, no one likes all these taxes and tariffs, but empires don't come for free. Once Sandbreck is back on her feet, we'll all reap the benefits.
Ah, au moins lui il assume. Pas comme l'autre là.
A whole day to dry some bloody...
Il y a littéralement une cité là-bas, hein. Il est en mode non mais c'est pas ouf.
Well, what do you think?
It's not only control of the garrison he wants, it's the whole of North...
Excuse me, do you have a moment?
Well, I mean, look around us. You can see the state the realm's in. The traders might not like having the screws put on them, but if they volunteered a few more of their hard-earned gil before things got bad, maybe they think the Duke's got a point when he says rebuilding the Empire's the best way of making sure we're all protected. And if that means people who don't know one end of a sword from another have to make way for those who do, well, that's just how it goes.
Ah ouais, pendant le mur c'est compliqué. Je sais où tu te casses, enfoiré.
Welcome back. Wraiths give you any trouble?
None worth mentioning.
Captain, do you have a moment?
For you? Certainly. Clive, wasn't it? Thank you for last time.
Elle a oublié mon nom, tiens. Genre, il est plus sûr.
I wanted to ask you about the Duke. Do you intend to go along with his plan?
But to tell you the truth, I'm in two minds. It's my sworn duty as a captain of the Imperial Army to obey his orders. But I can't say I agree with him.
Philippe, I remember you saying that you became a soldier to protect the people you loved. The Dame included.
That's right, I did.
Well, she doesn't agree with the Duke's orders either. She thinks they could tear Northreach apart.
And she's probably right. Thank you, Clive. I know what I need to do now. Protecting the people I love is what matters. Doesn't matter how. Well, duty calls, so I better go. Thanks again.
Et puis au journal, Philippe et la maid et la dame décapitée par le duc. Sur l'échafaud.
I expect Isabel will be pleased to hear that, if nothing else.
The Dame.
Ah, Clive. How did you fare? Were you able to speak with the Duke?
I was, but...
Le pays est divisé.
So Northreach is to be a fortress after all. Well, it will certainly help to hold back the thralls. There's no denying that. Though I doubt it will come as much consolation to the townspeople whose worldly goods are confiscated to pay for it. They deserve to be heard, Clive. To have a say in this new empire the Duke means to build.
Sadly, His Eminence values their obedience more than their opinions, and hopes to reassert the authority of the state. I fear he sees the people as mere pawns on his chessboard to be sacrificed for the greater good. Needless to say, they themselves are of a different opinion, and would rather their destinies were in your hands. The soldiers, meanwhile, are content to follow their orders, and not just because of the Duke's rank, but because of his vision.
I thought as much. Had I sworn to protect Sandbreck, I dare say I too would want nothing more than to see it rise from the ashes. Thank you for trying.
I don't know about that.
What happened to your uniform?
I handed it in, along with my resignation.
Told the lads I wished them well, but that I owe it to those I love to call it a day.
Why?
Damn.
Because I realize what really matters to me. Not following some nobleman's orders for the sake of it, but protecting what I care about.
J'avais mal parlé de Philippe.
Northreach. I honestly don't know when those monsters will return.
Respect, Philippe.
But I'm certain they're not finished with us yet. And when they do come back, we need to be ready for them. We need to stand together.
Respect,
all
Philippe.
of us. And with you to lead us, my lady,
J'ai rien dit, Philippe.
I reckon we can do it. It was you who finally convinced me, Clive. There's no point following orders if they go against everything you believe.
Indeed.
All of us, standing together. That has always been Northreach's best hope, and one which still lies within our grasp. We have only to turn our attentions to the true enemy. Thank you, Philippe, for showing me what I must do.
Anything for you, my lady. Speaking of standing together, would you mind if I borrowed a few of the lads from the Vale to help keep watch around the town? I fear His Eminence has loftier tasks in mind for the guard.
Not at all. Be my guest.
Wouldn't be the first time.
There may be hope for Northreach yet. Especially with men like you and Philippe to champion our cause. I, for my part, shall continue to work upon the Duke, in the stubborn belief that I might still tempt him into joining hands. But I suspect I shall have to call upon your aid again. Until then, Clive.
Until then.
Il suffirait que Dion reprenne les rênes aussi de l'Empire. De laisser les vieux là saisir l'occasion de devenir les chefs. Mais bon, on va voir ça pour plus tard, j'imagine. Ok, pas besoin de se TP, on va juste prendre le chocobo et essayer d'aller taper les mobs là-bas. Pour les ressources. Il t'habille bizarrement. Mais à votre avis. À votre avis, pourquoi est-ce qu'il est habillé en civil, hein? What the fuck, mec? Ok. Oh, les objets. Pam 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 pam. Alors c'est des... C'est des guettes? Ouais, c'est des guettes. Un des pouvoirs dont je parlais beaucoup, et un peu de vitesse, c'est celui-là. Vous allez voir. Blah blah blah. Nice. C'est bon, c'est fait? Je crois même pas. Ah, fait que je ramasse un truc.
Two down.
Ok. Pas de quête. Très bien, mais c'est qu'on avance. C'est qu'on avance. Ah. Ah ouais, quand même. Hein. Quand même. Dans l'ordre. Dali 1000. 1h20 à la VOD. Eh, on va speedrun ces quêtes là, je suis désolé. Ouais, speedrun de la lecture diagonale. Surtout que lui il parle 1000 ans. Clive, ouais. Le plus des Grigants, ok. Ok. Ok, il va devenir le chef. Le maire. Ok. Très bien. Il y a un petit souci, c'est quoi?
I'm afraid the example Conrad and Natalie set in putting aside their difference, and they might have elected to take a similar approach. They have formed what one could call a League of Outlaws.
We'll fight them all off just like last time, no matter how many of them there are. Won't we, Lou?
Un peu plus, je préfère que mon écouteur, mais... Je préfère ressembler à un idiot que d'être mal à l'aise. Très bien, j'ai compris, des bandits. T'inquiète mec. Sable au clair, MDR. Trop marrant les jeux de mots.
A League of Outlaws. Sounds like we have some competition. Still in?
Où ils sont les méchants?
Ah, Sid.
I thought you'd have returned to Cosness by now.
I did. Then I came back. I've developed something of a fondness for the place. And having worked so hard to see it saved from one fate, it would seem remiss to abandon it to another. A sentiment Master Lubor certainly isn't shy about exploiting.
You're not the only one.
What does he want you to do?
He asked for my aid in putting down the bandits, and he said that you might be able to help me find them.
Then you've come at just the right time. There are more camps in the vicinity than we could, but we must strike.
Ok, j'ai compris. Il y a plusieurs camps de bandits. Très bien. Bah, visiblement, il n'y a qu'une seule marque sur la map, c'est qu'il n'y en a pas tant que ça.
Those ne'er-do-wells want to band together, let them. There'll be no match for us.
Toujours sur la map hein, qu'on est. J'hésite à mettre autre chose. Je sais pas quoi. Le truc de Shiva.
Run like the wind.
Mais oui les loups, mais oui. J'accélère avec la manette contre ma cuisse parce que j'avais besoin de ma main droite pour me gratter le genou. Tous ces petits camps qu'on croisait quand on se baladait.
Come on then, Toggle.
Ah mais c'est vrai que quand je cherche pas ça sort direct. Mais bordel, je ne vise pas là-bas. Oh l'abus quoi. J'ai ces 1000 ans de dash sur le truc, mais il avait même pas le petit point sur lui, il était pile hors portée quoi, c'est ridicule. J'ai 15 000 fois sur la même personne.
I'd better let Victor know.
Sid, where are you? Ah, I see the bandits didn't pose you any trouble.
No, but that's not why you're here, is it?
No. Something's happened.
Qu'est-ce qui s'est passé?
The whole town's in up. They're saying that
Okay.
Lubor is a bearer.
What?
Seems that one of our parties wasn't as thorough as they should have been. They let one of the bandits escape, and his escape route took him right through Dalamil. Some of the children spotted him, and he was about to silence them. And when Lubor felled him with a bolt of magic, and without a crystal.
But that's not possible.
It is, if he's a bearer and has been hiding it all these years, which is what people are saying. If he has, well, I wouldn't blame him. No man is branded by choice. Still, all those people see is a man who's lied.
Oh, le racisme.
One who was made a leader of himself when the world believed he should have been a slave.
Fuck.
I don't know where we go from here.
Oh, le racisme. Mais là, ils se sentent trahis, en fait.
All the friends he can get right now.
You're right.
Donc le mec, il est dans la merde parce qu'il a dû sauver des enfants, quoi. Mais il aurait pas pu juste le faire avec une épée, quoi. What the fuck, mec. Un fuyard, un bandit qui fuit parce que tous ses bandits sont morts. Le mec, il est dans la misère. Il a même pas pu le 1v1. C'est ça de pas avoir un sabre à la ceinture.
I made it a habit to keep a crystal close at hand for just such an occasion. And when that occasion arose, I forgot to reach for it. Well, it was bound to come out sooner or later.
We're sorry, Lubor. We tried to keep running, but we just couldn't anymore.
There's nothing to be sorry for. I rather enjoyed playing the hero for once. All that matters to me is that you two are safe.
Look at him talking to his betters like it's nothing.
All lies, I'll wager. Just like the ones he fed us all these years.
Oh, moi je les brûle.
Once people make up their minds, it's hard to change them. We need to do something, and quickly. Convince the people not to let their prejudices blind them. Convince them that nothing has changed. That their enemy lies outside these walls, not
On pourrait brûler le village, pas grave. Garde une femme et on refait.
I'm glad you agree. I'll handle the townsfolk. I'm a Dalmec born and bred. They listen.
Oh, ils me fatiguent ces gens.
Make Conrad and Natalie remember who Lubor really is. They know that Lubor and I are friends. I might not make for the most impartial of interlocutors. Lord Underhill of Randalar's League of Merchants, however, is a trusted and impartial mediator of note.
I'll do what I can.
Lord Underhill. Oh, je vais encore être seigneur sous colline.
Lubor, stay here with the children. I can't promise anything, but
Ouais.
try.
Ouais, c'est un... On va essayer de faire en sorte que les racistes arrêtent de raciser.
Why you taking the bearers?
Why do they always have to make such a...
He knew all along that he was...
Forgive me for disturbing you, but could I have a moment of your time?
I've seen your face before.
As have I. Lord Underhill, wasn't it? Of the League of Merchants.
That's right. I wanted to speak to you about Lubor.
The rumors that he's a bearer. All true, I'm afraid.
He'll never be mayor now. Not if I have anything to do with it.
But what of his wares? Bearer or no, his steel is highly valued throughout the Republic. In this at least he's done the town a service. Might that not earn him a little leniency?
Leniency? He pretended to be one of us when he was laughing behind our backs all
You
the while.
motherfucker!
I'm sorry, my lord, but he lied to us. He lied to you. He cannot be trusted.
So what do you propose? Will you drive him from his home? Close his forge?
Perhaps. That is a question for the people of Dalamil. And they will thank you not to get involved.
Well, I'll get involved. By killing them all. That's a good way to give my opinion.
The townsfolk have made their minds up. There was nothing I could do.
Nor I. Conrad and Natalie refuse to consider anything but their own wounded pride.
You never know. Once their anger is cooled, they might see things differently. For now, we should report back to Lubor.
All right.
Cool down, cool down.
Victor take the bearer's side? For a sharing. I assume the situation is hopeless?
Yeah.
There's still hope.
Mais on va voir. Hein.
But
But perhaps not in this lifetime, I think it's fair to say.
You mustn't think like that, Lubor. Give them time. They'll come around. We'll talk some sense into them in the end, you'll see.
No, you won't. And
Putain.
your efforts would be better spent
C'est quand même
elsewhere.
incroyable que le seul monde où la magie est possible pour certaines personnes, c'est mal vu quoi.
That steel does not lie. That a blade is a reflection of the smith who forged it. To yourself be true, that was her point. Rather an ironic one when you consider that her life was taken with a blade of her own making. But I do not doubt that she was always true to herself and what she believed in, right to the end. And so must I be.
C'est vrai.
I must do what I know to be right, no matter what others might think of me. And now, I know what that is. I must embrace my new role of villain so that the people of Dalamil have something to unite against. For only united can they hope to stand against the threat that awaits them. I'll need to make a suitably dramatic exit, of course.
Don't go, Lubor. You're the only one who was ever kind to us. We'll be all alone. Again.
Trust me, little ones, it is for the best that I go. Not only for the town, but for you, too.
How could it possibly be for the best? These children need you. The least you can do is give the townspeople a chance to change their minds.
I would not take it, Victor. It's over.
Over, you say? And so just like that, you're going to throw this town and these children to the wolves? I thought you were better than this. But it seems you had me fooled as well.
Victor.
Forget it. Do what you will.
You sure you're making the right choice, Lubor?
Of those available to me, I believe it's the best one. Yes.
Je suis d'accord avec lui.
But where are my manners? Here.
Mais je les aurais quand même tous brûlés.
For clearing out that bandit camp.
Berserk style.
I have packing to do.
If there's anything I can do. Anything.
En vrai, il le mérite pas, hein.
Thank you.
Au final, le problème, c'est la fierté. C'est même pas le fait que ce soit vraiment un esclave ou quoi que ce soit. C'est vraiment le fait qu'il les ait menti, qu'il les ait bernés. Ils se sentent tous tellement débiles. Qu'ils ont même pas le courage d'admettre qu'ils se sont juste fait avoir par plus fort qu'eux, quoi. En loin d'être lié au fait que ce soit un esclave. Quand tu regardes bien. Alors Dravost. Ah mais en plus il y a le... Oh, cette vidéo de 2 heures. Elle sera spécialement longue, hein, celle-ci, que je la couperai même pas.
So Dravost is still standing. For now at least.
If you can swing a hammer, you can swing.
J'arrive vous aider les gars. T'es en face? Ça va être en face, dis-moi.
Clive.
Ils sont là-bas? T'inquiète, j'arrive. Mec.
I'd never have guessed, you know. Not if August hadn't let slip.
T'inquiète, c'est bon. Je suicide. Je peux brûler les ténèbres. Mais qu'est-ce qu'il fait là, lui?
Blackthorn.
Oh,
what are you doing here?
One of the scouts couldn't keep his voice down. Unlike my best mate who didn't think I deserved to know. Zoldan, how long's it been? Long enough for us two to turn into a pair of old codgers, I see.
That your idea of an apology? Prick.
Don't listen to him. You only did what you thought was best. For the village and that.
I did, yeah. But that ain't the whole of it. Vulcan, our master, didn't leave the chiefdom to the two of us. He left it to me, the best blacksmith in Dravost, barring himself, of course. Bloody stupid tradition, in my opinion. If someone's got talent, you should let them practice their craft, not ask them to settle petty feuds and barter for grain. Our master wasted half his life that way. I wasn't about to let that happen to me.
So you wasted half of mine instead.
You're what Dravost needed. Under me and my precious ideals, this place wouldn't have lasted a year. So I left to devote myself to the work and spare you lot the consequences.
Et en plus, t'es devenu à chier.
I may be a selfish prick, but I only did what I felt I had to.
What you had to do was your duty.
Even if it meant we all starved?
Enough. This is no time for bickering. You can finish
Quel
beating each
deux
other up once
vieux.
Dravost is safe.
Quel deux vieux têtus. C'est bon, laissez-moi aller taper les mobs. Oh là là. On va jouer différemment. J'ai envie de dinguerie là. J'ai envie de dinguerie quoi. J'ai envie de vivre, j'ai envie de vivre quoi. Ouais, et au moins on va garder Phoenix sur... Ouais. J'ai envie de vivre une vie d'artiste quoi. What the fuck mec? Ouvrez même pas la porte? What the fuck mec? Ouvre la porte mec! Ta merde, ça va être un combat de fou. Et j'ai mis des pouvoirs de merde, ça va être génial. C'est bon là. Faut taper des hérétiques, après on discute. Oh damn. Je suis même pas sûr de ce que font les pouvoirs que j'ai. Je me rappelle plus trop. Burn baby burn. Burn baby burn. Oh, je vais faire full mute, attends. Et quand je suis comme ça, je peux faire quelque chose d'autre que esquiver, merde. Ok. Ta-da-da. Là, j'ai l'impression que c'est une dinguerie quand même. Hein. What the fuck, mec? C'est quand même des vrais dégâts. Hein. Allez, m'esquive. Merde. Je suis en train de m'amuser que j'ai oublié de dodge correctement. Il faut que je vois... Oh mais les dégâts que ça fait. Regardez la barre de vie qu'elle a. En fait, il faut que je le vois dans une... Faut que je vois les dégâts que ça fait dans un stun pour que vraiment tu te rendes compte. Parce que là on l'a tué, mais j'ai pas les chiffres total. Genre y a pas de parseur, what the fuck Square Enix. Oh, la chimère de base. Voix du bélier, voix du bélier, voix du dragon. On connaît, in out, in out. Là. Faut que je découvre en même temps. Là, j'ai envie de me gratter le crâne. Mais bordel de merde, j'appuie sur dodge. Il faut vite que je le brise, comme ça je vois ce que c'est. J'ai fait 50 000 alors que j'ai même pas pu faire le Hadoken de feu. Attendez. Merde. Oh incroyable. Mais dommage que pendant que t'es comme ça tu peux pas faire des dingueries. Ça manque de gameplay pendant que tu fais ça. Mais merde. Je regardais pas. Ah mais c'est pas mal parce que tu fais dodge. C'est une dinguerie. Mais c'est une dinguerie ça par contre. Hein. Merde. Oh mais en même temps c'est au pif ça. Des fois je le dodge totalement au pif parce que je suis dedans c'est tout. Mais ça va m'amuser. Je vais remettre bas. Merde. Merde. C'est pas dans l'autre sens. Je vais faire ça comme ça. Je vais juste mettre Garuda. Hein. Parce qu'en fait... sans Garuda, j'ai pas le truc. pas le truc pour le mettre au sol et vraiment m'amuser. Bah du coup... Est-ce que je peux mettre d'autres? J'avais mis quoi? J'avais mis qui? Je sais déjà plus. J'avais Shiva, c'est vrai. Alors j'ai l'autre compétence à acheter. Et pas si haché que ça, même si ça a l'air mieux. Fait que moi je vais tout acheter. Ça je peux mettre et m'amuser quoi. J'ai des points, c'est pas pour rien. Mettre ça. Et ici, pardon du bloc hein. Mettre ça et... Bon, ils ont mis le switch d'onglet plus rapide mais c'est toujours lent de switch de touche. Ça c'est de la merde. Un truc qui l'avoir de stun bien. Ça c'est pas mal je crois. Je garde rapacité ici tiens. Allez, comme ça je peux au moins faire ça. Pour aller vite vers le stun et m'amuser. Let's have fun guys.
We can't afford to waste it.
Right you are. Oh.
Moins de me laisser jouer. God help us man.
Nice try.
Non 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 non. Mais qu'est-ce qu'il fait le mec là-haut? Ah je me suis complètement trompé, c'était pas ça le truc que je voulais mettre. C'est pas grave. Let's go guys. Merde. On fait de la merde là. I am Bahamut. Nice. Now you can just skip. Voilà. Je peux pas skip.
Is that it?
Donc là je vais attendre vraiment le moment où il va avoir son stun et je vais tout envoyer, on va voir un peu les dégâts que ça fait. Avec tous les autres spells bien sûr, mais ça donnera une idée. Du coup quelque part je vais jouer juste Shiva Bahamut quoi quelque part. Je crois qu'on est bon. Allez, ramène ton cul. Merde. Mais c'est quand tu veux, mec. Ah, j'ai pas très bien fait, mais c'est pas grave. J'aimerais bien rester dans la zone juste pour m'amuser, mais bon. Il fait pas la voix du dragon? Franchement c'est sympa mais ça dure des plombes. Ça dure des plombes de faire ça avec Bahamut. Oh c'est marrant, c'est marrant. J'ai réussi à mettre 50 000 à un moment, c'était quand même pas mal. Mais j'étais tellement concentré à essayer d'esquiver des bêtes trucs, j'ai même pas fait gaffe pendant le premier try. Oh c'est bon, t'inquiète frère. We didn't miss any. Oh? Ah oui bien sûr. C'est même pas ça que je voulais mettre d'ailleurs. Vous avez sans doute remarqué que je l'ai pas acheté en fait et du coup c'est normal que je pouvais pas le mettre. Mais c'est celui-là qui est trop bien, c'est le launcher. Le launcher est vraiment bien. Mais on va remettre un peu un truc sérieux. Ça c'est pas mal. Ça c'est bien, mais ça retire rien de la jauge. On va mettre titan quand même. Alors le... crochet c'est le truc de base hein. Ouais c'est le truc qui fait mal. Plutôt que tumulte... Y'a rien de paramute qui est bien. Non, trop de problèmes. Trop de problèmes encore. Il nous faut vraiment Odin pour voir un peu si c'est vraiment bien. S'il y a vraiment moyen de faire un truc d'endgame. Parce que là il me manque trop. Il me manque des bonnes compétences. Malgré tout ce qu'on a, je crois que j'en ai assez pour faire 6 bons trucs qui me plaisent bien. Ouais, j'ai sauvé. Oh, tout se passe bien. Ouais. J'adore. C'est génial. Ouais. Ouais. Les hérétiques, c'est pas ouf. Allez, si. Merci Zoltan. Tu peux retourner taper sur ton enclume.
Have you forgotten what brought you back to Dravoged in the first place?
Eh?
A certain ring? I knew I'd never surpass you with the hammer and tongs. So I turned my hand to a different kind of metalwork.
Le mec il est devenu orfèvre.
I'd say we're the equal of any master craftsman ever to have graced a forge.
Ton pote il chiale tout le temps, faut que tu saches hein. Aïe aïe aïe.
You know what? I think, Clive, you wouldn't mind if Zolt...
Ok, j'ai compris. Faites-vous l'amour maintenant que vous êtes sage. Ça me dérange pas. Ça me dérange pas, ça me dérange pas. Moi je vais faire taper, je vais taper Zakashik là. Puis encore une quête et la vidéo fait même pas, fait presque plus de 2 heures. Oh là là.
Ready, go?
De toute façon, je vois déjà le genre de technique qu'il y a avec Odin. Il y a sans doute le multi-coup là, en AO devant soi. Et un slash, c'est suffisant. Hein. Ou alors un triple slash, je sais pas combien de slash ils veulent mettre. Nice. Où est le suivant? Y'a pas un gros qui va pop en mode... non? Mode deuxième vague. Ça se passe. Et du coup il reste une quête si je me trompe pas. Ou deux. God help us bro. Where's the last one? Ah d'accord. Allez hein. Comme on dit de par chez nous. Allez. Et s'il y avait en plus des chasses qui avaient pop à ce moment-là, je vous raconte pas. Hein. Moi, je pensais que c'était là-haut. Mais c'est dans la taverne chelou là. Ah c'est Cyril.
Lord Rosfield, is there aught the Undying might assist you with this day?
C'est moi qui peux vous aider plutôt. T'avais un point d'exclamation sur la tête.
Order was helping him with his quest to uncover Ultima's origin. Have you learned anything?
Little and less, I regret.
I see.
Be assured, however, that we will not rest until the truth. Even now, our archaeologians scour ruins in every.
Il y a les ruines, très bien.
Ruins, I take it.
Indeed.
Ouais, ils espèrent trouver des trucs dans les ruines. Dans les ruines de l'histoire, on trouve des infos des Tilma comme au Fort Phoenix. C'est vrai qu'on n'a pas fait un autre donjon comme le Fort Phoenix. Pourrait vous aider, très bien. Ok, ils sont en train d'enquêter à Kraitov. Ok. Très bien. Je peux aller check et lui faire un rapport, très bien. On le fait en speedrun un peu. Laissons te remarquer. Est-ce que c'est les stèles que j'arrête pas de croiser? Ah mais je vais pouvoir y aller cette fois? Du coup j'ai envie de check d'avoir cette quête. C'était derrière. C'est pour ça que c'était la sœur. Oh pas lui hein. Oh tout sauf toi hein. Je veux bien faire un effort avec les autres mais pas lui hein. Aider la caravane. Ok. J'ai l'impression que je suis en train de faire le New Game Plus quoi. Mais les gens qui savent pas que j'ai pas encore fini le jeu. Ouais New Game Plus les gars. C'est pour ça qu'on skip. New Game Plus, faites pas chier. Ah la frangine, ça c'est bien. Des sacrifices douloureux par les Héloïse.
Don't blame yourself, Elle. I know, but no buts about it.
Très bien. Faut pas être découragé, madame.
Is something wrong?
Bonnie came to give me a message for the talks with the Republican. They've reached an agreement with the Silver People. Prices have fallen of late. We deliberately offered above the going rate to try and deter other bids, but the consortium offered double what we did, and the army jumped at the chance.
And you had no opportunity to make a counteroffer?
None at all. And we were so
Les négociations sont compliquées.
Elle, what's happened? I saw Vonnie leaving.
And with good reason.
Très bien. Donc leur négociation avec les guildes des marchands c'est compliqué parce que là l'Empire a mis le double sur la table évidemment pour avoir le... Oui non. En l'inverse. Leur marché avec l'Empire a été piqué, du coup ils ont du mal. Coucher leur marché avec l'Empire pour récupérer les esclaves.
Alone.
Are you offering to be how kind? You go to Cashlock, even if
Ok, j'ai compris. Ouais, récupérer nous-mêmes ces esclaves au final.
Well, for meeting.
Toi, j'ai pas envie de te parler, mec.
All right. To Randalar then. And better not keep Eloise waiting.
Randalar. Ah mais attendez, y a la map continue par là? Ah non. C'est abusé s'il y a encore une grosse zone.
What I wouldn't give for a hunt.
Looks like this is the end of the road for us.
When are they gonna let us through?
Cette vidéo qui va faire 1000 ans à être uploadée. Quel bonheur.
Faster.
Oh, je Vous voulez voir à quel point c'est moche? Oh oui. Ah oui, c'est beau la mocheté. Hein. Pam, 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 pam. Kangaroo. Oh là là, mais les jeux vidéo de nos jours! Purée, on peut même pas sauter d'un bête rebord quoi. Quoi? Bonjour messieurs et mesdames. Oh désolé Louise mais j'ai pas le courage, je suis trop fatigué. Mais je tuerai les adversaires. Ah.
I'm sorry you weren't able to save them.
As am I. But I only have myself to blame. He was right, you see. The Silver Peak Consortium did intend to buy their representative.
Yes, j'ai compris. Les esclaves, dommage, on n'a pas pu les sauver. C'est un peu sage, mais bon. Ah. Je comprends. Alors, en vrai, je suis trop fatigué et j'ai quand même envie de savoir ce qui se passe. Donc, je ferai cette quête la prochaine fois. En vrai. Ouais. Ouais, je pense quand même reprendre une petite sauvegarde auto juste avant de faire n'importe quoi. Merde de Nadia, ça me paraît bien. Bien celle-ci, je crois. Ouais, je pense. Hein, je pense. Ouais, juste avant que j'aille faire le con ici, je venais de péter la gueule à ces idiots. Ça me paraît bien, les gars. Je suis fatigué. Vidéo fait 2 heures, faut pas chier. Nice. Et on peut se quitter, bons amis. Attendez. Celle-ci c'est la réalité, réalité de côté. Bah, c'était cool. C'est quand même bien la finalité avec Jill. See you la vidéo, see you.